What's up, everybody? How you doing? I am lulzPIE, and I hit somebody with my car. Yes, we are going to talk about how I hit some poor guy with my car today. So this was actually, I want to say, 3 years ago. Yeah, it was Christmas Eve 3 years ago. So perfect timing, considering Christmas just passed, it's over with. But yeah, so every Christmas Eve, I go to my grandfather's house, and that's where we celebrate Christmas. That's just how it's been ever since I was a kid. After my parents got divorced, I would do Christmas. We would do all the family Christmas Eve at my grandparents' house, open all the gifts, have a big dinner, spend time with family, and then Christmas Day I go to my mom's after I open Santa presents. That's just how it's always been, and we just haven't changed it. So, like I said, this was like 3 years ago. I think I'm pretty sure it was 3 years ago. It might have been four. It might have been 4 years ago. Either way, doesn't matter. It was a bit ago. So, this is the only time I've ever drank and drove. And before you blow my head off or chew me out or anything like that, it was one beer. I had one beer like 4 hours before I left. So, we are on our way home. I got my daughters in the back seat. Mrs. Pie's next to me, and just cruising along. Start going through this town that we got to go through to get to my house, and it's a smaller town, not big, not little, nothing like that. It's like medium small kind of deal. I don't know, a small town. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. And speed limit's 25. It's pitch black. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm going through what's normally a pretty busy part of town, but it's Christmas Eve and it's dark and late. I'm driving. I'm looking around at all the lights. My kid's sleeping in the back seat, looking over at Miss Pie, and then next thing I know, there's a guy on my windshield. And this is when we were driving a 94 Lincoln Town car. I believe it was 94. This thing was a beast. It was just a big hulking just chunk of metal and wheels. Okay, this thing was huge. But we were going slow. We were going 25, and next thing I know, this dude's on my windshield. I slam on the brakes, and he rolls off. I stop. I'm just shocked. I look over at the missus, and she looks at me, and I quickly get out of the car. There's like 3 or 4 people on the sidewalk just gawking and everything, and the dude's laying there in front of my car, and I come around, I'm like, oh my, I see him moving around, I'm like, oh my god, are you okay? And he gets up and he grabs my hand, he shakes it, he's like, yeah, I'm okay. This dude is plastered. He is gone. Like, there was a bar like maybe a quarter mile up the road. It was like the only bar open. So I'm assuming he was trying to walk home from the bar. So he gets up and he shakes my hand. He tells me he's okay, and he walks away. He goes on his merry way. But by this time, somebody had called the cops. So I pulled into a parking lot of an abandoned gas station, and we're sitting there and we're waiting. It was probably about 10 minutes until the cops showed up, because it was not really a super big emergency. The dude was fine. He ran off. We were okay. There was no damage to the vehicle or anything, but still want to wait around for the cops. Well, they show up. We tell the guy what happened, and I tell him my side of the story, and I get back in the car with the girls to keep them calm and everything. They were more tired than anything, so they fell back asleep eventually. And while the missus is talking to the police officer, I hear him talking on the radio, and then he tells her, he's like, hey, so they found the guy. He went back to his house. He left his back door open, so they went inside and arrested him. And I'm sitting there, what? They arrested him? What? Why? Well, he was drunk in public, public intoxication, and he fled the scene of an accident. Like, I'm sitting here like, well, I hit the guy. Yes, granted, he walked out in front of me. I hit him. He gets up, he goes home, and he gets arrested because I hit him. Like, that had to have been the guy's worst Christmas. And let me tell you, to be that guy was done. He was gone. Like, to be that drunk on Christmas Eve, he must have not been in a good place to start with. So, figure, you're sitting there at the bar, drowning your sorrows. You're friggin' wasted. And you're like, you know what? I'm not going to drive. I'm going to walk home. I'm going to be responsible. On the way home, you get hit by a car. You get up, you shake the guy's hand. You're like, nah, I'm okay. You walk home. You're sitting there on the couch, and all of a sudden, police! It's like, I couldn't even imagine. That had to have been a horrible night for that guy, and I feel terrible for it. But, so that was a story about how I hit some poor guy with my car. Have you ever hit anybody with your car? Or, what's the worst accident you've ever been in? I've been in a few while I was driving. I think I've been in three total accidents, and none of them were huge. One, I rear-ended somebody going like 20 miles an hour. Another one, someone rear-ended me going like 30. And another one, I was sitting at a stop sign and somebody like was turning onto my road and just hit the front of my car. I've been in stupid accidents, but those are all stories for another time. But thanks for watching, guys. If you have anything you want to comment about the story, or you have anything relatable or even somewhat relatable, anything you want to get off your chest, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button wherever they're at. And I will see you all next time.